What's up, everybody? I'm the Mangoose. You are awesome, and Team Soulreaper changed Kwang's kit quite a bit from what it used to be in OG Paragon. He's now a combo-based hero with a 4-swing attack string, a damage-immune dash, and the ability to teleport to his sword without using his ultimate. His ultimate is also changed so that it enhances your basic attacks and abilities. His kit can be very confusing for both new players and Paragon vets, so I'm going to take some time today to go through some of his combos in a controlled environment, and then show you a full game where I put these combos into practice. Jellyknees was kind enough to offer himself as a target for this little adventure, so big thank you to him. We'll start with the basics and then add more abilities in for more complicated combinations as we go. Let's start with the most basic of combos, his basic attack string. So you just LMB 4 times. Each attack is named and does something a little different. The names are Sky, Earth, New, and Moon. The first swing deals damage equal to 120% of your physical power, the second deals 100%, the third deals 110% and knocks enemies up, and the fourth swing is a downward slash that deals 140% of your physical power plus bonus true damage equal to 30% of your physical power if you hit the enemy you knocked up. True damage basically just ignores armor. There's a delay between each swing, and attack speed does not reduce that delay. This is a good thing because otherwise you would have attack speed Kwongs just juggling people all game long. The delay in his swings is important for combos because enemies knocked up by your third swing have a chance to dash or simply dodge the downward slash of the fourth swing. So we'll introduce another ability into the mix, Kwong's R&B called Crescent Moon. This deals magical damage around you, resets the cooldown of your basic attack, and gives you Thunder and Lightning status, which will apply bonus magical damage to your next basic attack. So to avoid people dodging your fourth swing and to apply a ton of damage, you mix it into the basic combo. LMB, 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 RMB, LMB. Time this so that your basic cooldown is cancelled and you hit the downward slash while enemies are still in the air. This is your bread and butter that will let you bully the hell out of your lane and get kills on people who think they're safe. You can also preload the combo by swinging twice, pausing, then initiating with the uppercut. Savvy enemies will watch you swing twice and then back up to avoid getting hit by the uppercut. They'll wait till you have to use that third swing to last hit a minion, and please note that farming in lane is, for the most part, far more important than trying to chase down and damage your opponent. If you do want to surprise somebody though, and that's trying to wait out your third swing, or you just happen to be chasing someone down, you can add your E ability into the mix. Kwong's E, called Fierce Battle, is a dash that provides him with immunity frames and advances your basic attacks by 1 stage. You can think of it as a replacement for a basic attack in the string. So the combo here is LMB E, LMB RMB LMB. You strike once, dash, uppercut, reset, downswing. The dash will also reset on kill, which can be invaluable for tower diving, especially since the dash will immune a tower shot. Now for your basic poke combo. This is for when the enemy is under tower, or maybe they have you pushed under yours and you just want to poke at them or secure last hits on minions. We'll incorporate his Q into this one. Kwong's Q is called Rumble, and it's his old school Q from Paragon. You throw your sword to an area and it tethers enemies. Using your R&B will deal magical damage around the sword. So to poke, you Q, R&B, LB. This will deal damage with the tether, deal damage with the R&B, and then return your sword to you. Your sword will be empowered with the Thunder and Lightning buff, but it wears off pretty quick, so you kind of waste a bit of damage when you do this. A change they've made to Kwong's Q though, is that you can reactivate it to teleport to your sword. So the combo here is swing twice, even if it's just in the air, Q, Q, LMB, RMB, LMB. This will hit them with the tether, teleport you to them, immediately uppercut into the RMB down slash combo. From here, you can pretty much mix and match everything to accommodate your needs in the game. The one thing I would caution against, and I'm guilty of doing this myself, is throwing your Q, then using your R&B, then teleporting in. It's just inefficient and allows the enemy time to escape the down slash. This can all be a little overwhelming at first, and it can be difficult to keep track of what stage your basic attack string is in, but with a little practice, you'll have people thinking that you're using hacks. Seriously, I've been accused of using cheats twice now while using Kwong. I think folks just don't understand why what looked like just a basic attack combo dealt like a quarter of their health bar. Now the ultimate combo, we'll mix his ultimate ability into this one. His ultimate gives you Thunder and Lightning status on all of your basic attacks, so extra damage, and it empowers your R&B to become a stun. People use this to produce an attack string that can keep people chain controlled. I'm personally not good enough to pull it off. It takes a great deal of timing that can be thrown off by an enemy building tenacity, which is a reduction of crowd control. It's also altered by the amount of cooldown reduction that you have, so there's a lot of different factors that go into this. While I'm not good enough to pull the ultimate combos off consistently, I'm fortunate enough to have friends that are. So Soulreaper will be demonstrating some of the combinations that weave the ultimate in. If you haven't watched Soulreaper on Twitch or YouTube, I'll have links to his channel below. He's a really talented player. The first one is for when you're chasing down a target. E, LMB, QQ, LMB, R, RMB, LMB. This is fairly simple, but very effective. This next one lets you get a double knockup in and keep enemies chain crowd controlled. LMB, LMB, QQ, LMB, R, RMB, LMB, LMB, E plus LMB. If you do this right, you can get an initial knockup, which gives you time to activate your ultimate. When they land, you stun them from your ult-empowered R&B, and while they're stunned, you load up and dash cancel into another knockup. I personally have trouble doing this one. You have to hit your E and LMB at precisely the right time at the end, or you'll end up dashing through your target and dropping the combo. And like I said, with cooldown reduction and tenacity, sometimes it doesn't quite line up. Or I'll throw my R&B in when I don't need it. That's usually what I do when I'm trying to pull off an ultimate combo. If you can pull this off, though, it's pretty much a death sentence for your target if your team has any follow-up damage whatsoever. So now let's get into the Kwong gameplay. This is a bit of a short match, but it does show off some of the capabilities of Kwong. At the end of this, I am going to go over some of the things I think need to be changed with Kwong to make... He's a really interesting hero. He's probably my favorite hero to play in Overprime. He's not very easy to pick up, and he's quite difficult to master. Like I said, I still haven't mastered him. I think it would take hundreds of hours on Kwong, knowing what your cooldown reduction is going to do to your combos, and if you take Wind Spirit, which is going to increase your CDR. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into it, so he's very, very difficult to master, but always good in a fight. He's never a bad pick. But anyway, let's take a look at this gameplay. I'm starting this game off with 2 health pots, the regular 50 gold health pots, a ward, and the green starter gem. I don't do this anymore. What I usually do is pick up the 150 gold refillable health pot and just the green gem. I just don't even buy the ward. If you do go this route and buy a ward, don't use it on yourself. You're relatively safe early game. That's why I don't buy a ward anymore. If you do end up buying a ward, though, use it on your jungler's blue so that you can help your jungler defend against the blue buff. Don't use it in your own lane. You'll have plenty of time. I usually go back at 600 gold to buy the mask that builds into Xemia's toy that gives you AoE damage around you. So whenever you go back to buy that, you can have that extra 25 gold to grab a ward toward the entrances for the enemy jungler. I would have happily just kicked back and and just farmed some minions with this dude. You do want to kind of put Sevrog in a corner so that you can't get too many stacks at first. You can do that especially well with the uppercut. And I missed the uppercut right there, but I still did the right click down slash combo. You got to confirm your hits. It's just like a fighting game. You got to confirm into the combo. And now Chimera is coming over already, so we have to use our gemstone to blink out, which is fine. But Chimera hangs around in the lane. I see a lot of junglers do this. If you fail the gank, just leave. He's spending so much time right now. He was splitting XP with the Sevrog. He was splitting gold with the Sevrog. And then he's coming back in for another gank. Sevrog also comes in, tries to dive the tower, ends up dying. So this jungler has done absolutely nothing but waste time. And I'm not afraid of him. I'm going to go after him. He has red buff, but you know what? Oh well. So we're going to go back to farming in lane. We got the double slash. He comes in. I waited to uppercut him and hit him with the down slash. Unfortunately, I died to minions and the red buff. But now I'm up 2 kills. Their jungler just wasted a whole bunch of time in off lane instead of farming, and now he's dead. So that's going to be even more time wasted that he could have been farming. if you fail a gank, just move on and go do something else. Like, it's just it puts you in such a bad situation as a jungler if something like that happens. And now, since we got 2 kills, I've already got my mask. I never did even use this ward. I'll put that down eventually. And we're going to start building into Pendant of Confinement. Pendant of Confinement has been nerfed, but it's still really good, especially on melee heroes. So it was nerfed mainly for ranged, and the cooldown on it is a little bit longer, but it still deals a good amount of damage, and it's burst damage, which is nice for Kwong, and it's a slow, which is also nice for Kwong. So this Sebrog is now moving very erratically, and you see, because I didn't have the right click available to hit him, he was able to dash out of the final downward blow. But yeah, this Sebrog starts moving erratically, which is especially effective against me because I'm old and I have trouble tracking. The green Roadhog, by the way, is kind of fucking useless. I will just leave it for the most part if there's minions to farm, but since he was so pushed up under lane, I went ahead and took it. But that's about the only time you want to waste your time taking that thing. Otherwise, it's just far more valuable to farm your minions in lane. I guess it could be nice to draw people into fights if they don't want to fight, and you force them to come try and push you off that green. But certainly, if you're low health, don't try and force that green. And you see the poke combo right there coming out, dealing quite a bit of damage to Sebrog. And now we're going to try and set up. We missed again with the uppercut, so we weren't able to confirm in, but we caught him with the Q. And like I said, you just got to be aware of what stage you're in whenever you use your abilities. And the E helped me advance that. And we just towered over and got a kill. I should have used my E to dive out of that tower and not take that tower damage. But I'm still learning Kwong. I'm still getting used to all this stuff, and I'm sure I'll learn my lesson.
The enemy tower is under attack.
I'll be right back.
As you saw right there, Kwang's tether is really super strong. Chimera can't even ambush out of it when he's being tethered. In fact, Gideon can't teleport if he's tethered. It's one of the stronger. It's not a stun, but it's still one of the stronger crowd control abilities in the game. This poor Chimera is just getting manhandled.
Slain an enemy. An ally has slain an enemy. Enemy tower is under attack. An enemy has been slain. The enemy tower is under attack. spawn in the battlefield.
Very aggressive, Blake. I don't suggest that you ever do that. It was not worth it. Especially since I come in and miss like all of my basic attacks on a melee hero. That's the kind of embarrassing shit that I just don't want to put in a video. But I gotta. It happens to everybody.
I feel the heavens' fury.
The Allied tower is under attack.
This Sevarog has learned and is doing a really good job of weaving around and dodging my uppercut. I've also learned, so I'm not hitting the right click until I confirm that I've hit the uppercut. What the Sevarog has not learned is that you don't tower down the Kwong, because hit him with the uppercut, and now I dash in, hit him with another uppercut, and unfortunately he had his blink, otherwise that would have been a kill right there. But that was a pretty good usage of the double uppercut. You don't have to be in your ultimate to use it.
An ally has slain an enemy. The enemy tower is under attack.
Look at how much this dude is moving around now to prevent me from hitting him. Fortunately for me, it's preventing him from hitting me too. And I hit the uppercut, so I immediately confirmed into the RMB, LMB combo, and we were able to pick us up another kill.
Shaking the battlefield. The enemy tower is under attack. The Prime Guardian's underling has
I'm pretty low health, but you definitely want to rotate anytime you see your jungler fighting in the mini prime pit. Landed a pretty good root on the Chimera. He gets ulted in by Muriel. Unfortunately, the staff knocked him out of the of my downward slash, which possibly could have killed him. Now that this Muriel is just in danger. Poor Muriel with that the way she goes. And then Murdoch sniped me. What a dick, man.
Watch the birdie. Try this on.
The enemy tower is under attack.
Yo, Tesla Dome ready.
The enemy tower is under attack.
Why don't the supplies come to me?
An ally has slain an enemy.
There's a storm brewing.
Enemy has been slain. The enemy tower is under attack. The enemy tower has been destroyed. The disciplined underling has been summoned by an ally. The enemy tower is under attack. An ally has been slain. The enemy tower is under attack. Has been slain.
That's pretty much the end of this game. Their Wraith left a long time ago. Their Sevrog just fucking weak mental ass motherfuckers just leaving, going AFK. I hope they get banned forever. But yeah, I didn't even notice that they had left. To be perfectly honest, it actually took me a while to realize it. Actually, this entire team left towards the end, except for the Muriel, who stuck it out and fight, and props to her for doing that. And so I'll go ahead, I'll keep the game playing, but like I said, it's pretty much done for. It's been very difficult for me to get a recording of any game in either Predecessor or Overprime that doesn't end with an early surrender or people being little babies and leaving. So that's unfortunate, but I will go ahead and talk now about what I would like to see improved about Kwong going forward. The first thing I would like to see changed is that a percentage of attack speed from items be converted into another stat. Maybe 50% of your attack speed becomes cooldown reduction or armor or something. He's already a great hero, and he does not need a buff, so I don't want to see anything too crazy. However, since he doesn't gain the benefits of attack speed, there are several items that are closed off to him, and Overprime doesn't have that many items to begin with. The stats on an item factor directly into the item's cost, and if you want to build something like crit damage Kwong, you'll be wasting a ton of gold. The most common way to build him is straight tanky, and I don't have a problem with that, but it would be nice if you didn't have to give up your gold advantage to play with some of the other items and, do some fun builds. The other thing I would like to see changed is some sort of UI indicator that lets you know what stage your basic attacks are in. Sometimes you lose track of that shit. You can't just quickly look at your LMB icon to see where you are in the string. It's just the same icon each time. Just make the icons change with each swing and make sure there's enough clarity there to know the difference between the stages. There's also no way of knowing when the string resets. If you haven't basic attacked in a while, the string goes back to 1, but you have no idea of knowing when that occurs. His stance changes mid-combo, but if you haven't swung your sword in a while, he returns to his normal idle animation. It would be cool to see them do something like they do on Crunch, where your back jets light up and the flames get bigger and the further you are along in your ability combo. Do that with Kwong, but put like an increasing glow on his sword or something. Soulreaper has done a pretty good job with their UI, but they kind of failed with Kwong. That's it for today. Hopefully I've encouraged some people to give Kwong a try, as he's incredibly fun, and he's one of those heroes that you're never saying like, damn, that guy picked Kwong. He has no bad matchups. He has a great engage and an escape. His tether is the absolute best peel ability in the game, so even if you're behind, you can still be useful in a team fight by keeping people off of your ADC. He's a big old Swiss Army knife. That's it for today. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Sub for more third-person MOBA content. But for now, this is the Mangoose signing off. You guys have a good one. Mangoose!